Look, the PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit-chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa!
What's up, Xenobabes? Welcome on in. This is the PlayStation Drive, episode 179. I am one of your hosts, Ryan, and I'm joined, as always, by Fulia, Matt, and Ron. How are y'all doing on this lovely, lovely Sunday evening? I mean, I almost did the RPG Cave intro there, so we're already off to a swinging start at this point.
Sunday night's going good.
I'm glad.
Xenobabes are back. Xenobabes are back. Yes, Ryan. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Apparently that's been a thing that has been put in my notes here on the teleprompter that yes, Xenobabes are in fact back. Apparently that's a thing. Please be excited.
How unfortunate. Unfortunate.
You know what else is back, Matt? Apparently we have an update about this now. Of course, no tax season has begun in Canada for the next 2 months, and people are going crazy with this thing. At this point, where all kinds of games are selling out all over the place because everything's super cheap right now, and it's great. So. Matt, how excited are you to basically spend your money again in a month, but then with no tax and also deals?
Ryan, like, it is wild right now because I know the PS4, the PS5 is still on sale. I think for $100 off. Yep. And then you do the no sales tax, you're saving an extra $46 or 40. Like, you're saving a lot of money on the PS5. Like, so friends, if you live in Canada, especially in Ontario, where taxes are very high, and you haven't bought a PS5 yet. Now, like, this is literally the best time to buy it. Like, it is so dang cheap. So, yes, Ryan, I'm very excited because I'm eyeing the PS Portal. I'm eyeing the PS Portal because I'm very excited. Very excited because it's never been on sale before, and now's a good chance. And
it's a pseudo sale at this point, right?
It's a pseudo sale. I got a gift card for Walmart, so I'm eyeing it. I'm very, very excited to finally get to spend on some stuff for some video games. So I'm very, very excited.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, as for me, like I picked up some stuff and it was delivered today to a quote unquote safe place according to Amazon. It was not delivered to me at all. And I'm just very sad. I'm very sad. Because my copy of Fantasian, Neo Dimension, Dragon Quest 3, and Space Marine were all in that package, and now they're all gone. But I'll sort that out with
that's not right
support, but it's very silly. I was so excited. I was ready to show off my new physicals tonight, and I was just like, oh no, I guess I can't do that. Instead, I'll have to talk about this Astrobot plushie instead. Oh darn!
Stop it, Ryan.
Oh, I mean, you know what I should have done? I should have honestly just gotten an extra one and just brought it to Extra Life with me, fully, and just give it to you too. I feel bad now.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that your store doesn't have these because they started selling them in stores.
Nah, we don't have them here. I have to order it online somehow.
So then, Fulia, let me ask you a question before we move on. Are you gonna buy the Astrobot Funko Pop that they just announced?
No, I didn't hear about that.
No, I don't like the look of it. To be honest,
does it look good?
That great? No.
Yeah, I don't love the pose.
No, and it's chrome, like.
Yeah,
that was a weird choice.
Yeah, what? I don't know why they went with that.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to get that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, because I figured that's like a nice alternative if you can't get the plushie to get the Funko.
It would be nice. It would have been nice, but the design just doesn't look that great, to be honest.
And I think they actually have like a Nendoroid Astrobot coming out soon.
The Nendoroid I would love to have, but that is going to be hard to secure.
Yeah. Like Ami will be your best friend for that one, and hopefully they can get that to you. Where it's tougher here in Canada because we got the Canada Post strike coming. So anything that they mail to here just gets stuck in the like infinite void, and it will never show up at your house at this point. So
Canada Post has already been problematic. We've already seen that this year with Sean trying to get his letter from us. Took us over 2 months. now it's on strike. Like, Brian, we're not gonna get our stuff until like June at this rate. Like, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yep, especially because I have like my credit card is actually expiry date is coming up this month, and it's in the mail apparently, and I can't get a replacement any other way except through Canada Post. I'll just not have a credit card in January. So yeah, I hear ya. It's very annoying. But anyways, enough about packages. This is the PlayStation Drive. When we talk about PlayStation all the time, I swear, even though we're 6 minutes in the show, we haven't even mentioned PlayStation once, because the whole time, I've been so distracted by talking about packages and stuff like that, because there's been a knock at my door this whole time with someone saying, housekeeping, and I've just been ignoring it. I just haven't been hearing that knock this whole time because I was so obsessed with packages, I guess. So let's talk about, of course, the first order of business on the housekeeping sheet, which is, Matt brought it up earlier, that, I don't know if y'all knew this, but Xenobabes are back, of course, on carpoolgaming.com.
Yes.
For a limited time, you can, of course, pick up the Xenobabe t-shirt one last time, as noted on the website in all caps. Of course, this is the last time you can get this before it goes into the Disney Vault forever. Available to the end of the month. So you have till the end of the month. You have been forewarned that to get your Xenobabe shirt now before Seth removes them from the store, and then you're really sad because you missed out. So don't miss out. Don't be that person who misses out. Grab the Xenobabe shirt now while you still can. Just in time, of course, for Xenobabes 2, which of course we unlocked at Extra Life earlier this year. So make sure to check that out next year. We also have a new line of merch as well on the website that I need to pull up as well. Xenobabes. So it's the holiday season, of course. You're looking for gifts for loved ones. Why not? Why not gift them Xenobabes in the mail? Of course, available on a wide range of merch. We have a Xenobabes sticker, a Xenobabes mug, Xenobabes on a hoodie, a different type of hoodie, a long sleeve t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and a t-shirt. Look at all the different shirts that Xenobabes is on.
Australian equivalent Christmas wear.
Exactly.
Like a t-shirt for the summer.
Exactly. Fulia, we thought of you when putting this merch together, clearly. So, of course, shout out to Fee, by the way, who designed Xenobabes. Yep. So make sure to check out the Xenobabes line of merch available this holiday season over at carpoolgaming.com as well. I'm thinking of actually getting the sticker and then sticking it to the microphone here so it just shows up as people watch the show. It's kind of like this little koala that Fulia gave me. Kind of always in the shot as well. In fact, every time, side tangent, every time I do a work meeting, Fulia, and I do, I'm on camera here in my setup here, people have stopped asking about the arcade machine in the back, and they always ask me about the koala now, every single time, because it's so, in the shot, right?
Yeah.
Yep, every single time. And then I always have to explain how that works. But anyways, speaking of the holidays segue, the holidays are coming up, as y'all know. Christmas time is happening. So next week's PlayStation Drive on the 22nd will be our final show of 2024. Of course, the Carpool Gaming on as a whole is taking a big break, not just the PlayStation Drive. So in fact, we will be the last show of Carpool Gaming for the year. Will be the PlayStation Drive next Sunday. And we won't be back on the PlayStation Drive specifically until the 12th of January, essentially. We're taking a couple weeks off from the show. And in fact, the first show that's back from the holiday break will be the Nintendo Drive on January 9th. So like I said, this is across the board from Carpool Gaming. We're trying to give the entire team a much deserved break from content. So there you go. That won't, I'm just going to go out and say it though. That doesn't mean there won't be streams or other things that happen. Just no podcasts between now and then. But don't fret, though, if you're listening on audio feeds, because we've got you covered over the holiday season because, of course, our big episode, our big Game of the Year episode that we recorded last week, that'll be up on the podcast feed on Christmas Day. So that's our Christmas gift to you. The PlayStation Drive audience is the Game of the Year awards, or the GUIs, according to Sean, Game of Our Years. And then the following week, on the podcast feed, we will have a classic episode of the PlayStation Drive, handpicked by the crew here. with a new intro from myself, just introducing things. So that'll go on the podcast feed the following week. So don't fret. We still got content coming to the audio feeds. We just won't be live with a brand new episode. So make sure to check that out as well. And then last but not least, of course, there will also be a new Campfire episode hitting the Patreon feed as well, because this week's episode of the Patreon podcast for Patrons podcast with me, Ryan, your boy, hosting the show. That'll be the final piece of Patreon content we have for the year until the final Campfire episode, which should come up either next week or the following week. And then that'll be it for Patreon content as well. So make sure to check that out. Like I said, my episode of Pants is coming up this week. If you have a question for me, the question post will be up on Monday morning. So tomorrow, from the day that you're watching this over on Twitch or YouTube. And also, Fee's episode is out right now. You can go listen to it as well. She was the newest episode this week. And Matt, tell me about this other exciting thing that is on the Patreon. I know it's written down, but I want you to tell me about it.
Finally, what we've been waiting for all year long. That's right. At least that's how I feel. We've been waiting for a long time, friends. It's the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 community spoiler cast. Thank you to everybody who joined, and we had a wonderful time doing a deep dive on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and it's out on the Patreon feed, so check it out.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, I know. It was cool to see you actually pull that together, Matt, because for most people who don't know, Matt did all the organization here. You brought everyone together. You edited everything. You did put in a ton of work on this Xenoblade Chronicles spoiler cast. And I know it was kind of your first big project like this. So of course I wanted to make sure to, give you your flowers on this one, my friend. Good job with that.
Thank you.
So people should go check it out. But anyways, without further ado, friends, let's grab our 8 tracks, pop them in. It's time for the play. It's time to talk about the games we played this week, starting off with Ron, who apparently plays games on other consoles. I know I'm shocked about
sorry,
this
what?
too.
What? You playing games on the consoles?
It's not a secret.
What?
It happens every now and then. Every now and then.
What? Come on.
We'll get there. Be patient, squirrel.
It's enough of a shocker,
gosh.
Ron, to warrant a all caps gasp exclamation point on the dock.
I'm already
I felt
gasping.
it was.
I'm
I
already
felt it was
gasping.
necessary to throw that
I
out.
gotta
What?
prepare PlayStation Nation. I don't want them to think I'm selling out. I'll explain.
boy.
I'll explain when I get to it. It's all
Here
right.
we go.
So, after we finished last week's show, I went ahead and platted Wavetail like I had planned. Ended up being a good game. Glad I spent some time with that one. It didn't disappoint me. I had low expectations for it because, it had good reviews, but I didn't really know much about it. Hadn't really ran into anybody who had played it. So, I went in there and I was surprised. It was actually a good game. So, had a good time with that one. Got the platinum. Moved on to another game that was not as fun as Wavetail was. 1,000 Times Resist. I played that for about 2 hours and was just
You didn't
bored.
finish it.
No.
You didn't finish it, eh?
Yeah, I could not force myself
boy.
through that one. Sometimes I could just grit the teeth and just go ahead and just kind of power through, but I could not do it for this one. So I had to hang that one up. I tried, but couldn't get it done.
At least you tried.
Yeah, couldn't get that one done. So
Yeah.
Beacon Pines was next up, a short game. Because it's only available on Steam and Xbox, I went ahead and chose to give the Xbox one a go. So
What?
warmed up the old Xbox.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Whoa. You chose the wrong one. You play on Steam. Why are you playing on Xbox? What's going on here?
I'd rather just play on my couch. It's fine. My Xbox needs the exercise. I gotta stop. Just played only NBA.
Exercise.
I only play NBA 2K,
How
Forza,
dare
and Madden
you.
on it. I got to.
I would like the record to show that Matt was the one who got upset about this, yet Matt literally told someone today in the Discord, you can add me on Steam, but I literally only use it to gift games to other people. I don't play games there.
Yeah.
See, Ryan called
Those are
you out. I
facts.
wasn't going to do it.
Those are
I wasn't
facts.
going to do it to you because I too remember that.
I literally saw that comment like an hour ago, so it's very fresh in my mind.
Oh, he made it very clear like last week and the week before that. That's the only reason why he has Steam, but I wasn't going to
It's
do it
true.
to him.
It's true.
Old out.
Good job, Ryan.
Thank you, Rob. Anyways, you're allowed to
well
play
deserved.
games on Xbox every once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Rob. It's okay.
Come on.
Look,
you know,
if you're going to play Alpha Protocol, what better place to play it than
And there
on
you
Xbox
go.
360, right?
just say it. So, the Xbox deserves it.
Star also makes a great point. I believe it's also on Switch.
Oh,
also a
well, there you
platform
go.
that
Yeah. Star, I'm
play
not
the
gonna lie.
potato.
I purposely left that off.
Come on.
I knew it was on the Switch, but there's no reason for me to mention that. So,
Anyways,
I'm having a good time with Beacon Pines, though. That game is not what I expected it to be. I read reviews on it. That game is it's kind of dark. I was not.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
not.
really?
I was not expecting that
Oh.
whatsoever. The look will fool you. I thought it was going to be some kind of cozy, wholesome game. The reviews
That's what
were
I
good
thought.
about kind of keeping that a secret. It kind of just talked about the game, but it didn't really go to places where it goes. And I'm just like, okay. But it's a narrative adventure game. There's several endings for it. Right now, it doesn't really let you mess up too much. It's just that if you go toward a certain ending, it'll just be like, the story book will kind of just narrative will be like, oh, I don't really like the way this ends. Let's start this again. And you can pick like where to start off and try a different branch to see where it goes. Having a good time with that. I think I might be toward the end. I'm not sure because of the way it branches, but I'm having a good time with that one.
Nice. Sounds like a fun game. It's a collection of games this week. But since, of course, you brought up another platinum that you received, Ron, would you like me to put your crown on officially for the year now or later?
We're gonna wait for the last show just in case.
Okay.
Koala's been putting in a little work. We'll just wait.
You can't keep avoiding this forever, Ron. I'm going to have to crown you the champion.
I will
I don't
have
want to
that
give up on
crown
Koala.
ready.
I don't want to give up on her yet.
You know what?
In a week.
If the Canada Post system was functioning correctly, Ron, I would mail you a crown. But I can't because Canada Post doesn't work.
They'll get here next year for our last show of the next year.
Yes.
Exactly.
Koala, you got time. Just skip sleep. Don't bother eating anything.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
go to
yeah,
work.
no worries.
Don't work.
Don't go to work the whole
cool.
week.
Let me just take a week off.
What are you talking about? You only need 10 hours to catch up to Ron because then you just play My Name is Mayo. My Name is Mayo on the Vita. My Name is Mayo on the PlayStation 4.
Don't do it, Koala.
Just do
Brian,
the trilogy.
No.
Just do the trilogy.
No.
You do play Hannah Montana on the PS3.
Stop.
There you go.
You
Yes.
play Avatar The Last Airbender on PlayStation 3. Look, that's 5 platinums right there.
Whatever it
going.
takes. Whatever it takes.
Also got 5 visual novels that you could plow through within 5 minutes to get the platinums for those too. So there you
Keep
go.
it pure,
You want
Koala.
it.
Keep
You
that
can do
list
it.
pure.
I'm doing my best.
Yep. All right, Matt. Please save us. What did you play this week, Ben?
I'm very impressed with myself that I actually got to play 3 games at least this weekend. Most of them, Ron doesn't like. That's just how it goes sometimes. It
Wow.
happens. It happens. It happens.
There's only one
It's
of those
okay.
games I think of yours that I didn't like.
You didn't like Grease though, did you?
Grease was okay.
It's
I
okay.
remember him saying he actually didn't hate Grease.
Yeah,
We
it was
talked about that
okay.
before. Yeah.
Is mid? All right.
I didn't
yeah,
abandon
no, I
it,
wrapped-
like your other game.
That's true. That's much far worse on your scale. Yeah, I wrapped up 1,000 Times Resist and absolutely adored it. Like it was such an emotional roller coaster. Like if you were there for the live stream for our Game of the Year discussion.
Well, don't spoil
Seth
where
and-
you slotted it though. But
Oh.
just throw to the audience where Seth was Seth correct about this?
Seth and Bowser were correct. They
Okay,
were
good.
in fact correct about it. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I want that to be teased.
no.
People go listen to the GUIs because some people haven't checked it out yet.
Good point. Good point. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. But no, absolutely adored it. And you know, it's funny because I know when Ron picked it up, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's not going to like it. Just because I know how he felt about Nier Automata. And I was like, I don't think he's going to like this one. But I appreciate that he
wait.
gave it a chance.
Hold on for a second, because I don't
Do
hate
tell.
Automata. Once again, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was an okay game, except for
Wait,
that.
wait.
you know-
So is 1,000 Times Resist worse than Nier Automata?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Look,
now that,
once again,
now I'm really shocked.
I did not abandon Automata. I played that
Wow.
all the way to the end and played every single
Wow.
end. So
Okay.
yeah, when I abandon the game and drop it, that's a bad sign.
So what you're saying, Ron, is
I'm
only
shocked.
one of those games is a multi-pass.
Yeah.
What? I don't think I would have ever seen that coming. I thought Automata was at the bottom. For you.
Nah,
I'm
like
very,
I said,
I'm
Automata
very
I thought was
surprised.
okay. Now, if they had stopped at that after that first ending, I would have probably put that as great. But got a little carried away.
But yeah, 1,000 Times Resist is a visual novel, and it's a sci-fi mystery. The less I say, the better. It does use very unconventional storytelling structure and formats, because it does go back and forth between time and different timelines, so it does get very confusing, and it's not like a games game. It's a visual novel. Like, you're just kind of going through the motion and going through dialogue. So it does ask a lot of you to be paying attention and to be really buying into the structures that they're presenting. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does, oh boy, like, I was an emotional wreck. I absolutely adored it, and we met up for the backtrackers yesterday. Had a wonderful session. So yeah, I absolutely adore it. Highly, highly recommend it. It to me, I would say it's like the masterpiece you won't play, because it's just so off the cuff. But I highly recommend it, especially if you like the unconventional stuff like Nier Automata and other things like that. And then I did go back and I did Platinum Grease. This is my third time playing it. I really, really, really like that game. Now, fun fact, the first time I played it, I actually didn't like it too much, because I was looking up the reviews and everyone said like it's this emotional experience. And I remember playing through it and I was kind of like, it's pretty. There's nice music, but I just didn't evoke any emotion out of it. And then, funny enough, like, I was trying to pick a game for the backtrackers, and I was trying to pick like 3 games for one session, and then somehow I was like, let me just put Grease in there one more time, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna put it in it. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, so I picked it again, and then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go in there with different expectations. I'm just gonna go in there, just feel the game, just see what kind of experience it wants to show me, and like, it destroyed me. Like, I cried so much the second time. During the platinum run, I cried a few times. Like, it's such a beautiful game about the different stages of grief. And question from the press pool. Yes, Fulia. Yes.
Genuine question. Like, did you find getting the platinum difficult?
It was not a difficult platinum. It was an annoying platinum. It wasn't fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Because I was trying to work on getting the platinum for that, but I'm having a hard time trying to get some of those trophies.
Well, Ron, you got the platinum, right?
Yeah.
Did you find it annoying, or did you like it? I didn't have fun getting the platinum. Like, that was
it's one of those games that if you're going to have a chapter select, I don't like the fact that you have to beat the game first to have access to it. And then when you have the chapter select, the checkpoint system kind of still has you almost playing pretty much like a whole
from the
certain
start
section.
Of that chapter.
Yeah. It just really depends on where the trophies are at. And you need a guide. There's no way in the world that you're going to be able to get that without a guide. And that's another thing too. So for the most part, I wouldn't say I've had others that are more annoying than that one, but that one's not exactly the, I guess, I say the easiest one to get. Yeah.
No, like, yeah, I wouldn't say like it was challenging where you had to get good or anything like that. But like Ron said, like, it's a collectathon, which is fine. I actually don't mind that stuff, but you can't backtrack. So if you pass a certain part, you're stuck, and then you can't go back.
Chapter again,
yeah, and it's not obvious in terms of like what's the main way to go versus like what's the side stuff to go, which is fine. Like, obviously, if you're just trying to explore the game, that's different. But if you're going for the platinum, it's not obvious in the sense like which way am I supposed to go. So in that sense, it gets a little stressful, because if you go too far and it auto saves, you're done. And then you, like Ron said, you have to finish the whole game. Then you can go through chapter select, and then again, even the chapter select, the checkpoints are not the most forgiving, because you have to kind of do a lot of stuff again. So it's kind of annoying in that sense. And I don't know which guide you used, Ron. I think I used what was it? I can't remember. I used one guide, and I didn't find it very good, to be quite frank, because I had to watch like.
I watched.
You just used a YouTube video?
Yeah, there was a guy that did a YouTube video, and his video was great. I mean, he covered everything that, and he even had checkpoints like in the actual like description of the video. So I'm like, thank goodness. Bless his people.
I should use that. Yeah. The website I used, it basically I had to watch 2 different videos at the same time, because it would be like, you know what I'm talking about.
I know which one was it. I think was it PS? It may have been the one on PSN Profiles, maybe.
I think it's PSN Profiles.
Or Politics.
And it's like,
one, I saw that one, and I was like, I'm not going to do this one.
And I've never seen a platinum guide like that. Like, usually it's like, usually it's like, this is the different ways to get the trophies. But then they're like, but here's one mega video or thread of like, do this in order and you're fine. And the website didn't have that. It just had like, these are some trophies in the chapter, but didn't say which order. Yeah. And I remember passing a checkpoint, and I was like, yo, what the heck? I just missed something. And then I was like, I need to watch this one, then this one. So to answer your question, Fulia, like, it's not hard, but it's not fun either. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. So it's kind of like,
Yeah,
Meh,
I've
but
tried.
anyway.
I've tried, but yeah, I'm having a tough time where you get to the point where she's the stone, and trying
Yep.
to get through the wind, like the desert. That's the part
Yep.
that I'm having difficulties with.
if you decide to try to go for it again, if I was you,
Yeah.
I would do a YouTube video. Those are much
yeah.
better than the actual guides, man. The YouTube videos are great. Because I was confused by that spot too. Because I was just kind of like, why am I not getting through? Then I was like, oh, that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it clicked.
Yep. That platinum trophy just sounds like the Final Fantasy 14 platinum trophy to me, where it's not hard to get at all. It just requires a lot of extra time, and it's very annoying.
Yeah, you got to get through it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
you're not making this simple.
Yeah. Yep.
oh, they didn't. So it's okay. But phenomenal game. Absolutely loved it, especially the PS5 version that makes great use of the DualSense controller. And then I started the new Backtrackers game. It's Crypt Custodian. We're going to be meeting up on January 4th. Good pick by Bowser because, not going to lie, I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this game because it's like a dungeon crawler. It looks very hard in terms of like combat and a Metroidvania. I love this game. Like, it's very, very charming because you're like a cat and you die, and then you have to like, it says they tell you to go clean stuff, but you're not really cleaning stuff. You're using your broom to fight your enemies and like to smash pots and stuff like that. But it's phenomenal. Like the controls are very tight, and it's forgiving in the sense that as you're progressing and uncovering the map as a Metroidvania, if you're about to die, because I'm pretty sure, at least at the point where I'm at, you can't recover your health. You can instantly teleport back to an old save point and then heal up there and then save. So while that forces you to backtrack again to make progress, at least you have the option of running away. That's what I like to do in the video games. I like to run away if I'm about to die, so that I don't lose my progress. Let's put it that way. But no, I'm surprised because I was like, this looks like not really a mat game, but I'm hooked. It's very, very good. I'm very, very
I've
excited.
had it wish listed since the release, but it refuses to go on sale. So I'm waiting, patiently waiting.
It is a pricey game, but it's good. I'm very, very surprised. It's actually quite a bit. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Sounds like you got a good batch of games there. But Fulia, what did you play?
So as I'm sitting here where it's like 33 degrees Celsius, heading up to 40
Oh my god.
today.
With the weather report right in the middle of the show.
I have to mention it.
Justifiably so, though.
This is why I'm not wearing like my over-ear headphones. I got my buds in today because it's so hot.
Oh, man.
Damn. But anyway, thought I'd mention that. But yeah, I've just been playing a lot of indie games this past week.
Of course.
Started playing, and I've been going into my backlog actually. So this is
Nice.
something.
Nice.
This is a bit of an achievement for me. I started playing Last Time I Saw You, which is a side-scrolling sort of adventure game, and it's got a lot of. So it's set in like a Japanese sort of town, and there's apparently a curse. And so there's this kid that's like 12 years old who's kind of helping this forest spirit to figure out what's happening because, you know, there was like this tsunami, which wasn't technically a tsunami, that happens. And yeah, there's it's a really interesting story. I am about halfway through it now, and I'm really enjoying just like the story aspect of it all, but it is all side scroll in terms of its gameplay, and yeah, it's like a little bit of platforming here and there as well. So yeah, no, the story's really good so far, and I'm just gonna keep playing that until I'm finishing it. It's a short one as well. I think it's like roughly about 5-ish hours worth of gameplay. Yes, Ron.
Since you said it's a short game and you're enjoying it, do you think you'll be going for the platinum?
Oh god, here we go.
This is another reason why I started playing the game. Yes, I will be going for the platinum.
Yes, cool.
Let's go. Let's go.
I have a feeling that 2025 is going to be quite the platinum race because she's got that dog in her now. She's ready to go after it.
I mean, Fulia already told us she wants to focus more on indie games next year anyway. So I mean, that's just
I'm going to be in for a fight next year.
So many more platinums because of that.
Yeah.
Koala.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more going on, considering that I'll be diving into my backlog a bit more. So
yes.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. So last time I saw you is really good. I have, speaking of platinum runs, I have gone back into Coffee Talk #1 and doing a second playthrough.
Yes. Get those plats.
That one is going to be I'm working on getting a platinum for that. Although the 1 hour of working on cafe latte art is a bit weird. Like, why 1 hour?
I want to say I think there's a trick to that one. I'm not sure.
I mean, can't you, in theory, just idle in that section for an hour?
No, you have to be doing things, I think. You have to be actually
check a guide just to make sure, because I think there's a trick to that one.
From what I've seen in some guides, they're like, just, push this button, make it sort of swirl around and for an hour. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that for an hour.
Just attach a wrench to your controller. It's fine.
He said a wrench.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the kids back in the day used to do when they were playing. Like, really
I want to sit there and say
games.
there's definitely a trick to it, because I don't remember sitting there actually doing that for a whole hour. I think there is a trick to that one.
I think it's total time, not in one session.
Yeah.
I think it's like in total from playing through that story, you do 1 hour's worth of latte art. But yeah, my latte art always sucks.
It's okay. That's very hard to do on the controller. I was just like,
it really
this is complete crap. Enjoy your coffee.
Oh my god, I could barely do it in real life, and you're gonna make me do it digitally with a bloody DualSense controller? I don't think so.
Yeah. Horrible art.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying. I am actually putting effort into the latte art.
I tried the first time. Then after that, I was like, this won't happen again. Just take the coffee and enjoy.
It's one of those games that needs mouse and keyboard support for that reason.
Maybe. I don't know. Probably better on PC, but who knows. But yeah, second playthrough of Coffee Talk. Another game that I have started playing, and I played this on stream thanks to Xbox Canada. And
what? Oh my god! What is happening tonight?
Look, it was the only option I had. Okay.
Oh, Matt can't talk. Matt can't talk. He's constantly playing the potato. Don't listen to that.
I started playing Mythrict, Ambrosia Island, and it's actually a really good game. I am really loving it. Essentially, you are someone who ends up stranded on an island, and you come across these Greek gods that have amnesia all of a sudden, and they don't know who they are, when you have to find mementos of theirs, so items that have been scattered around the island, and they have to and those mementos will actually help them remember who they are and what they did in the past, which is really cool. So you're befriending Greek gods, which is nice. And yeah, it's really fun. It's a very much a collectathon, kind of an exploratory game. And you're just sort of running around an island. They do have, which is really cool, they have fast travel points, but the way that they've done it is that you have to unlock these doors with keys. And then every time you unlock a door on the island, it'll bring you back to like a center point of the island. And then you can that center point will have all of the other doors that you've unlocked to fast travel to. So you don't necessarily have to go from, one place to the other and then travel and then sort of run somewhere else to go. You can actually just get to this one center point where it has all of the fast travel doors, and then you can just go in and out of those doors, and it makes it so much easier to get around. And it's a decently sized island as well. So if you look there is a map. So there you go, Sean. You can play it, and it's a decently sized island. So there is a lot to explore and to see and do. If you do want to check out the first couple of hours that I played through, the VOD is on this Carpool Gaming Twitch channel, so go check it out. But it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah.
Is it available on PlayStation?
I'm not 100% sure, actually. Let me just double check for you, because it is available on PC. I I think.
I was gonna say it could be like one of those Beacon Pines games where it's available on everything but PlayStation.
Yeah.
At the moment, not on PlayStation.
Okay.
So right now, it is available on Xbox and PC. Maybe Switch. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry.
I'm not worried. Where else am I gonna play?
We're always wrong.
Come on.
But
Play it
also,
on your PC. Play it on your PC.
I think
Big
it is
PC
Steam
can't
Deck.
do it.
I think it's Steam Deck verified, so you might actually be able to play it on the Steam Deck too. So.
Oh, there you go, Matt. Get your Steam Deck.
The Steam Deck I don't have.
Just
Sure,
go get
let me play it on that. No
Just go
problem.
get it.
Oh.
It's fine.
It's so good. Hold on. Let me start playing, guys. I love this game.
Now, Matt, I just want to inform you, in case you didn't know this, the Steam Deck also does not currently have tax on it if you buy the Steam Deck now.
There you go.
There you go.
Dude,
There you go.
that's like crazy savings. I saw that. It's,
Yeah.
You know
what am I
what
gonna do? Buy both PS Portal and the Steam Deck?
Look.
I saw people
do you
buying.
mean, yeah?
I saw people buying the ROG Ally, the one that's $1,000 because it's like $200 off because there's no tax on it.
Yeah. Oh my
There
god.
you go. Borrow some of that money off of Koala's money tree.
Yeah,
and
just go
Wow.
get it.
buy all of them.
Run.
Buy all
Thank
of
you.
them.
Thank you. That's right.
It's all right, Koala.
The exchange
Well,
rate won't
We'll
work.
keep it our secret.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But-
I'm-
Apart from those games, I've also been playing a lot of demos. One of which I streamed, and it's called Danchi Days. And Danchi is Japanese housing complexes, and it's a really cute sort of pixel graphic game, and I kind of like the look of it, and it looks like it's going to be really cute and fun, and it's essentially just like very Game Boy Advance kind of look to it, and it's really cute, and I really like it. Yeah, you're this little girl who wants to revive a festival. You go around and invite all these other people. That's part of the complex and all that sort of stuff, and it's really cute. So I'm looking forward to Danchi Days. So definitely go check that out. Wishlist it, by the way. Another demo that I also played is called Follow the Meaning, which is a sort of a top-down point-and-click mystery game. Sort of got some puzzle elements to it. Looks like it's going to be very short because it is very cheap. It's on Steam. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's got some quirky sort of like dialogue in there. So I really kind of liked what I saw. Like the demo is like 15 minutes long, so it's not very big at all. Considering the fact that it is also a cheap game, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be maybe probably less than a few hours to play through it. And yeah, it looks really cool. It's hand drawn sort of visual art, and which I really like. Looks like it's been like colored in with colored pencils, so that's kind of cool too. Yeah, I like the look of it. But yeah, so there's that. You can go check that out as well. But the one that I really want to mention, apart from Neon White, is
Jesus. I can't get away from it.
We can't. We cannot get away from it, Ron.
Clearly
Yeah,
not. We can't
look.
get away from it.
Look, Neon White's got its hooks in me, and all I want to do is beat Lachlan's times. I can't reach Seth and Sean. They're like S tier like speedrunners.
I mean, they've been
to
playing the
me.
game since it came out, which like
Yeah,
makes
exactly. Exactly. But me and Lachlan are kind of on par, and here I am trying to, beat her times. We're both playing it on the Steam Deck with our controllers. So that's been good fun, kind of like a good little challenge for me at least. And me and her, we don't play a lot of speedrunning games, and this is the one game that's really got us, hyped to play it. So it's really interesting.
So you're telling me that Lachlan is a fan of it, like she was Concord.
Yep.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Oh no.
Look,
Interesting.
Neon
Oh, boy.
White hasn't died like Concord has, okay?
Maybe he will now.
Yeah.
It's already released.
Yeah.
They can't kill it now.
Exactly.
Maybe
Concord
maybe
was
he can.
released.
Maybe this will be the end of the
Concord was
movie.
released.
Yeah, but
Right?
it was a
And then
multiplayer
got
only
canceled.
game, though. That's different.
I know. I'm just joking.
Fee, you stop that. Stop that slander.
Again, we might as well just make this Ron's new nameplate there.
No,
my
thank you.
Gosh. I played a little demo called Agnian, and this is a Bollywood-inspired turn-based RPG.
Of course
Here you
it
go,
is.
Ryan. the music in this is the thing that really gets you going. You are essentially a little character who is learning to do dance battles. So you're not fighting, you're doing dance battles in this game, and it's really cute. The art style is really awesome. And yeah, you just sort of like, this demo gives you a tutorial into how the dance battles work, and it's really fun. And yeah, so you're just like, the character designs are really quirky too. I kind of like the look of these
Summer
characters.
Game Fest?
I think so. I think this was announced during Summer Games Fest.
Okay, I've seen this before. And
I was just saying, I'm
Yeah.
very sure we saw this during like the indie showcase.
Yeah, and it may have been
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
indie
one of the
shows.
many,
Okay.
one of the many indie showcases, because we saw over 200 games.
Yeah, it
that
was a whole bunch of them. But this looked interesting though.
Yeah. So this was really cute. I love the little story to it all. There's like this whole festival thing happening, and it's just, yeah, it's really cute. I just want to get to the parts where, like, I'm trying to show you guys the actual the actual dance
turn-based
battles
action.
itself. It's really, really fun. And you get to party up with some other characters as well. And yeah, it's just dancing, you know? it's very cute. And yeah, I've been having so much fun. I've been waiting for the demo for this for a very long time. And so as soon as they announced that there was a demo coming, I was like, bam, all right, I got to play this. And yeah, it's good fun. And it's really cute. And
I am intrigued by
it's
this.
so colorful as well.
I am as well.
I'm intrigued by this.
It's pretty good.
Now, Fulia, I appreciate
Yes.
that you called me up by name on this one and said, Ryan, you should be excited about this. This is a role-playing game. But I have to inform you of something that I haven't mentioned too many things before. You know how I don't like pirates and Wild West stuff.
Uh-oh.
I also really don't like Bollywood themed things.
Oh,
So,
really?
in fact, I would actually rather play a pirate role-playing game than play a Bollywood inspired game.
Ow.
So I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
just
you
not
got
good,
me and Matt interested. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm glad
I'm
that the
interested.
three of you are
I am.
excited. I only wanted to say anything simply because you called me up by name. So I was simply responding to Fulia. That's all. That's all.
You should. The only reason why I called you out, not because of the fact that you should play this. It's more a case of the fact that I am actually excited to play the full game.
Nice.
I am
The
very
more
excited
RPGs
to
you
play
play,
the
the
full game.
better. It's fine.
These-
It's
Yeah, I
the
mean,
best.
he's not
It's
wrong.
the best genre.
Ron's not wrong. Ron's not wrong.
Look,
It's the best genre.
If I was gonna say, if it's gonna take me doing dance battles in a Bollywood themed game, then yes, I will play it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I appreciate that, Fulia. I appreciate whenever you bring to the table more RPGs that you're playing. I always appreciate that.
Fee appreciates it as well. She's very excited about the dance battles.
Yes.
Yes, Fee. Dance battles, so much fun. And
Very charming.
if you like Bollywood music, then you'll definitely enjoy this. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
the music's really
I am
on
intrigued. I am intrigued
Yeah.
by
I
it.
am.
It's good fun. There you go. Yes, Fee. Get into it. The demo is out now on, I think, all platforms except for Nintendo. I think.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
I think
about.
it's Steam,
Come on.
Xbox, and PlayStation. There you go.
Nice.
You can go play it. I
Cool.
played it on the PlayStation, of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any more demos? Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Hold
pretty
on.
much it.
There's more? No.
No, that's it.
I don't know. I didn't know if
I'm
there
just
was more.
double checking my notes.
We had to make sure.
Yeah.
Any progress on Dragon Age? I know you haven't said that.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, yeah. How's that going?
It's not going apparently.
No, it's on hold.
Apparently.
But it's not that I'm not liking
on
it.
hold?
It's on hold.
There's just a lot of other things I want to get to first.
Oh no.
Now,
Oh,
Dragon
no.
Age?
We've seen this
Oh,
before.
boy.
now before you go any further, I need to address this comment from the Twitch chat from one Fee, aka Zerenix, who says, "Best RPG of 2024 equals Infinity Nikki."
It's Infinity Nikki a RPG? No.
Number one, not RPG, but that's not why I wanted to bring it up. It would be great, but again, we talked about it on last week's show, so Fulia and Ron know exactly how I feel about it. If only it could let me invert my controls, because I would actually probably agree with you, because I like that game a lot.
Yep, he did enjoy it.
If only you could invert your controls in that game, because it makes me so sad.
Speaking of
that you can't.
inverting controls,
Segue.
when I was playing the ICOM demo, it has the ability for you to invert your camera controls.
Oh, thank God for that.
And I did, because I was like, let me see if it actually works for me. But I've gotten so used to playing it in regular mode that when I inverted the controls, all I did was invert my Y-axis.
Yep.
And I could not, for the life of me, just like get used to it. So
that's because again, when your brain is your brain is trained one way, it can't. It's very
hard to
very
go
hard.
the
But
other
at
way.
least they have the option. Every
They have the
game
option.
should. Every game should.
They have the option, which is funny because when I'm operating cameras, it's like I do the opposite. It's inverted, but when I play the game, it's not the same. I just can't.
Yeah. And likewise, it's like, think about the moment that you had playing with inverted controls, Fulia. That's me anytime I try and play with regular controls. Like it feels like that, where it's just like,
Same.
what do you like? What do
is
you mean
happening?
the camera's going
Yeah.
up when I press the up button? What the heck is this?
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you also play
Same.
inverted? I didn't know that.
Always.
Oh,
Always.
okay.
Always inverted Y-axis. Always flying a plane. Always flying a plane.
Okay.
Look at us,
That's right.
half and half, inverted and not inverted. But
Yeah.
anyways, we should probably finally, wrap things up real quick because we're like 45 minutes of the show. We were just doing this segment. One, I played more Marvel Rivals. I talked about it on last week's show. Still really enjoying it. Still having a great time playing Marvel Rivals. So shout out to Marvel Rivals for being a really fun multiplayer game. Guys, I played a lot of Doom Eternal this week because I just decided randomly just replay it out of the blue. I've beaten Doom Eternal before, but I just figured, why the heck not? I just want like just a fun game that doesn't really have like a story where I can just go shoot stuff, and that's kind of Doom Eternal in a nutshell. It's a really fun game.
Play a game like that. It's all right.
Yeah. So I've been having a ton of fun. Like I didn't want to say a blast, kind of like with the pun, but I'm having a lot of fun going back to Doom Eternal. I think it's still a fun video game. Also, good God, it looks and runs so prettily on the PlayStation 5 Pro, running at it like rock solid 60 frames per second with 4K with ray tracing on. Oh my God, this game looks very pretty on the Pro. And then last but not least, the game that I started playing this week and finished this week, Final Fantasy V on the PlayStation. As part of the Pixel Remastered Collection. Of course, Final Fantasy V came out only on the Super Famicom in Japan before eventually coming to North America in the Final Fantasy anthology on the PlayStation 1. So Final Fantasy V is honestly one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. So I was so glad I got to replay it because it's the first time I've replayed it in a long time. Didn't get the Platinum Trophy because the Platinum Trophy is kind of a slog for that game. But it was very, 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 very fun. So shout out to Final Fantasy V. And that, my friends, is all the games I played this week. I of course, booted up Infinity Nikki. Maybe there was a patch or something. Maybe they patched it with inverted controls.
Fee needs to give them a call and tell them to put inverted controls in.
She probably should. I also just booted up Genshin Impact again for the heck of it this week too, but I won't get into that because I didn't play it for very long. But anyways, it's now time to shift into topic of the week. So the Game Awards happened this week. In fact, we talked about the Game Awards last week. We gave our predictions for the Game Awards. Spoiler alert, most of us were wrong about our predictions.
I was way off.
But that's okay.
I wrote down my predictions here, and most of them were wrong.
I was gonna say I didn't write down any either, but I knew like my Tomb Raider one as an example did not happen. I was
hoping Wolverine would show up, but
I was hoping that too. But we got a lot.
But we got plenty.
We got something else.
Sure did.
I was gonna say we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. But of course, I just wanted to highlight the games and announcements that we were excited about. First off, just to dot the T's and cross the I's. Of course, let's talk real quick about the winners at the Game Awards, specifically PlayStation, since this is a PlayStation branded podcast. Of course, Astrobot.
Yes,
was the big winner of the show.
Heck
Game of the year,
let's go.
best game direction, best action adventure, and best family game. So this little guy here, Astrobot.
I was
completely shocked about the Game of the year. Didn't think it had a chance.
I was so
Me too.
surprised.
I
That was
was
a
very
pleasant
surprised.
surprise. It was a pleasant surprise.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
So shout out to Astrobot, this little guy right here, for actually winning all the awesome awards. It was actually tied with Balatro for getting the most awards, because Balatro also got 4 awards because it won best mobile, best indie, best debut indie, and then another one that I'm blanking on right now. Yeah. And then, of course, the other one, PlayStation Studios, Helldivers 2 took away 2 awards, best ongoing game and Best Multiplayer Game. Other notable notes, of course, Black Myth Wukong took home 3 awards, including Best Action Game, like the player's voice, and then another award. And then Metaphor also took down 3 awards as well. And then, of course, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Matt only got 1 award, Best Music. But well-deserved, because that music...
It's
well
excellent
deserved.
music.
Yeah,
it is an
soundtrack.
excellent soundtrack. Yeah, that's an excellent soundtrack, so happy about that.
Yeah, so those are the big winners at the Game Awards. Of course, wanted to make sure, of course, since we're talking about the Game Awards, we at least mention them here. But let's talk about the announcements at the Game Awards, because honestly, this was the thing that really got people talking about this award show, because good God, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So Ron, start us off. Pick one game from the list that gets your juices flowing, my friend. What game gets you excited here?
It was so many to choose from, but I got to go with Witcher 4. I was not expecting that to show up whatsoever. And when the video started, at first I was thinking it was going to be Tomb Raider. And I was like, Ryan was right. Yeah. But then I saw the character that was on the ground sharpening the swords. I was like, this is looking like that could be Ciri. Surely not. This can't be Witcher 4. And then it was Witcher 4. And then all of a sudden I was just like, I wish they hadn't did this, because I know this game won't be around till 2026 probably at the earliest. But you know what? Fine then. CDPR can do it. It's fine. Gosh, man, that trailer was just great. I cannot wait for that game to release. It was just great. It was just great.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people pretty excited about that Witcher 4.
Yeah,
I know, Matt,
yeah.
You in particular also really excited about Witcher 4 as well. You mentioned it before we even started podcasting tonight, right?
Heck yeah, like I've never played a Witcher game. I just jumped into 3, and quite frankly, knowing the size of it, I was kind of already going in with like a negative headspace. So I was very surprised that I ended up finishing the game, loving it, did all the DLCs. Like, yeah, I'm definitely a Witcher fan from that. Like, it's just like that is like the gold standard for like side quests in RPGs, where it's like it doesn't feel like this is tedious or boring or pointless. Like it's its own adventure with fleshed out stories and characters, and it's a dark world in The Witcher. So I'm glad that game has a lot of dry humor to kind of balance it out. So it's very comical to see the shenanigans that Geralt finds him in, and like how he gets out of these situations. So very, very excited for The Witcher 4. And like, okay, so I didn't watch the Game Awards live. I stopped watching a long time ago, because I think I watched maybe in 2018, 2019, and I'm like, yo, these are really long. There's lots of ads. There's like 2 or 3 announcements and like the 3-hour show that I'll be excited for. I'm like, I'm just gonna get the cliff notes. That's what I'm gonna do. And this past year, like Ron's been like, you know what? I'm just gonna give you the cliff notes. Like he just types into the chat. He's like, this is what's coming up, and he was gonna do it for the Game Awards. And like, this is the first time where like he was putting in the chat,
busy.
and I was like, it was blowing up. Like my phone was exploding, and like the majority of the things he was sharing, I was like, oh crap, how am I missing this stuff?
Yeah,
I actually regretted now. Yeah, I regret that I wasn't there to get the one full experience of the Game Awards live, because I was just getting it through the messages from Ron, then hopping on like YouTube to watching it while I'm trying to cook dinner.
Well, I was gonna say we were also hanging out on the Discord watching it too. Like that was a lot of fun.
There was that. So I missed out. So the biggest announcement that Ron shared with me that I was like, I never ever would have guessed this. It's not my most hype game, but this is the one that really caught me off guard. Was Okami 2.
Yes.
From Capcom.
Yes.
That came out of so left field. Like out of the other games that I'm very excited for, it's like, well, there's rumors for it, or it's like, well, logically, yes, they'll make this property or something else. If somebody said like Capcom's going back to Okami, I'd be like, no, they're not. They're not. They're done with that stuff. They moved on. They got all these other properties that are thriving. Why would they go back to Okami that's like, an underrated gem? I'm glad I'm wrong. Because Okami's fantastic. Yeah. If you have not played it, it is like basically like an old school 3D Zelda game, but like this beautiful, like a cel shaded art style, and you play as a wolf. Like, yes, I know there's a Zelda game where you play as a wolf, but this is very different. Okay,
well, this came out before that game.
It's just there you go. See, thank you, Ryan. This one came out first. Nintendo. Okay, they obviously got inspired with Twilight Princess. But yeah, Okami was just. Okami just flew under the radar, but it's phenomenal. Like I'm very, very excited. And then the fact that Hideki Kamiya is the director, like this came out of nowhere. Like again, like I know that he left Platinum Games, but again, if you're like But guess what? Hideki he's gonna be the director for Okami sequel. I'd be like, what planet are we living on? Because that's never would have seen that coming. So
Well, not only that,
I am very, very hyped.
they also announced a brand new studio as part of Capcom with this game, Clover's Studio, as opposed to Clover Studio, which of course, for those that don't know, that was actually where most of the people who work at Platinum now worked at before, where they were all members of Capcom working on Okami, Beautiful Joe, and a bunch of other games called Clover Studios. And now Kamiya-san's back, and then he made Clover's with an S studio.
Yeah. Feel free to bring back Beautiful Joe as well.
You said it, Ryan. You said it right there. Bring back Beautiful Joe. Putting out the atmosphere.
I honestly think that's going to happen at this point.
I hope so. And for anybody who hasn't played Okami, just want to put out there that it's $4.99 on everything except PlayStation. I don't know what they're waiting for. I guess they're waiting for the Christmas sale. I don't know. But if you have to buy it on Xbox or PC, go for it. Go for it. I just want you to buy it. Doesn't matter.
Also, we got some news after the show, Matt, because this wasn't the only old Capcom IP that they announced here, which we might get to in a second. But also, that Capcom said after the show that they're exploring a bunch of their old IPs, and these will not be the last of the old IPs that coming back that we're going to hear about probably in the next year.
That's right.
So expect more of this kind of thing. So Dino Crisis, Mega Man, Breath of Fire.
Dino Crisis is never happening. But Breath of Fire, bring that on. Yeah.
No.
Could be any
no,
number
Ron.
of things.
No. No.
Dino Crisis.
We're not coming back for. No, we're not coming back for 30%. We're coming back for everything, Capcom. We want all of it, not 30%. Everything, including Dino Crisis.
Honestly, I feel like because we live in a world where Resident Evil remakes have been so successful. The fact that they haven't done a Dino Crisis remake just hurts me. It just hurts me to know that we live in that reality.
You guys might get what you want. You might get what you want. Capcom is listening.
Yeah. I mean, last week I played Dino Crisis on PlayStation 1 on my PlayStation 5, and it was really fun. Just throwing it out there. Dino Crisis is still a good game. Fuya, how about you? I know you didn't watch the award show. Was there anything, any takeaway from you as far as favorite games or cool games that you saw from here?
Elden Ring, Night Ring. Yeah, baby.
Probably not that.
Good one, Ron.
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe Split Fiction, which you might not have known about. That's the new Joseph Fares game, the maker of It Takes Two. It's like a fantasy and sci-fi game kind of mashed together.
So here's the thing. I haven't really watched all of the trailers, to be honest. I didn't really have
much time.
There was a lot. Yeah. And when this was happening, I was at work. So I too was relying on Ron's Cliff Notes.
Oh my God.
So helpful. I love the guy.
Thank you for doing it. For him too. That's how we
really
get.
Thank you. It's very helpful.
But in terms of games that were announced, honestly, that whole list doesn't really do anything for me because I've not none of those games are anything that I would be interested in. I did get a teeny bit excited, and I only mean a teeny bit excited. And don't say anything, Ron. I know you're going to judge me right now. Is when Tekken 8 announced that Clive Rosfield was going to be the character in the game.
That's a great announcement.
That's a great announcement
for you.
So that inches me closer to wanting to play Tekken 8 more. And I like fighter games. I haven't played fighter games in a while.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing
Tekken 8's
nothing but good things about Tekken 8, especially from my coworkers. And the fact that they've announced that Clive Rosfield from Final Fantasy 16 is going to be a character in Tekken 8, I was like, ooh, this might get me
we get Clive in a God of War game. Yeah. You'll hop on God of War again then, yeah?
Clearly.
Yeah?
No.
That's right.
Clive is the key.
Call her
holler
right
at your
now.
boy.
Get it done.
I got it.
There you go.
This is just a less surprising announcement because the Tekken 7 had Noctis, the last Final Fantasy protagonist, and from Final Fantasy 15. So I was kind of expecting this to happen.
But Noctis is lame.
But still really cool.
He's not Clive.
I love the fact that Clive's in this game. And because I have Tekken 8 and have the Season 1 pass, so I will definitely be playing as Clive. I think it goes live on Tuesday, so I'm going to definitely be playing as Clive on Tuesday.
So that was one little thing because my coworker is a massive Tekken 8 fan, and he was kind of watching it at work at the same time. I went on my lunch break, and this announcement popped up as he walked away from his lunch break, And then I was like, wait, no, come back, hold on. They've announced the character. And yeah, he was very excited. He was very happy too.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that was cool. The other thing I will mention, in terms of games that did get announced, I'm just sort of like scrolling through all the other announcements that came through. One Move Away looks interesting. Which
It's a full year game.
Honestly, I thought it looked like a VR game. I thought it was going to be a VR game, but it's not a VR game.
Yeah, it's just a first-person moving game.
Yeah, and you see the arms and hands like in front of you that's doing all of the sort of like the moving and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, this actually looks kind of interesting. It looks like there's going to be maybe a bit of an emotional story to it. So it looks good. I kind of like it. It's very colorful as well.
Okay.
So I really like the art style.
Did the return of Sonic Racing do anything for you, Fulia?
No.
Okay, moving on.
However, there is one other game that I did see like a quick little trailer for, and it kind of piqued my interest a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure whether I'll be in or not. I need to look into it a little bit more, and it's Dispatch. And that's
Dispatch looks great.
Yeah.
Dispatch looks great. I'm all in for that.
Yeah. So I don't mind the look of Dispatch. It's got this like 2D sort of comic hero, superhero kind of thing going on. And essentially you are playing a character. I think it's like is it like a visual novel? I'm not 100% sure.
It looks like it could be. It's kind of hard to tell from the trailer.
Yeah. It was a little difficult to tell because it was very cinematic in a way. And yeah, it looked really interesting where you are the person dispatching superheroes to calls around the city. Mm-hmm. And it has some good humor to it as well. So I kind of like the look of it.
Well, it's ex-Telltale people who worked on Tales from the Borderlands and Wolf Among Us. Matt, you might be interested in that as well. Yeah, that's what got me. I was like, I might have to be in for this. It looks good.
All right.
Yeah, maybe it's just a Telltale. Maybe it's not a visual novel. Like maybe it's a Telltale style game.
Could be a Telltale style. Yeah, it was hard to tell from the trailer.
I have not played any of those games, but
What?
No.
You haven't played any Telltale games ever?
Nope.
Oh, Koala, we gotta change that.
No. We gotta fix that.
That must be fixed.
My backlog's big enough, Ron.
Technically, Telltale games are indie games, though.
That's right. Come
Ryan's
on.
right.
Come on.
Some of the most famous indie games of all time, but still indie games.
You can put some of those to the side for that. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the one day where we get Fulia finally playing Shovel Knight.
You haven't played Shovel Knight?
I've never played a Shovel Knight.
You haven't played that?
It's all right. I've passed on that one too. It's all right.
You didn't play it? You didn't like it, Ron?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just I was able to tell that was just not a game that I was going to want to play. I was just like, nah.
It's got a banger of a soundtrack. It's got an excellent soundtrack. Come on.
I know people love it, but I had to pass on that one.
I was very tempted to swear, but I will say I freaking love Shovel Knight. It's so good. It's so good.
It's fun. It's a fun game. It's good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think they're the only two that really sort of piqued my interest a little bit. So
okay. Well, then the one I want to mention before we get to questions, because we actually have a lot of questions regarding this list, so we'll maybe move on to that to move the discussion forward, is one that happened during the pre-show. In fact, it was the very first announcement of the entire Game Awards during the pre-show. But anyone who was hanging out in Discord with us got to hear me freak out very, very loudly when they announced this. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, the very first 2D Ninja Gaiden game since Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Sword of Doom on the NES, got announced. It's coming summer 2025. It's being developed by the Game Kitchen, who makes the Blasphemy games. They're like Metroidvania style games, and it's being published by .emu, who did like Streets of Rage 4 and a bunch of other classic revival games. This game looked awesome. Like, they showed us a lot of gameplay. It wasn't just the anime cutscenes, which of course will probably be in the game, because one of the things that Ninja Gaiden is very famous for, especially the original ones, is they're kind of like almost like the originator of cutscenes in a lot of ways, where they back on the NES, you didn't really have a lot of games with cutscenes, but the Ninja Gaiden games had basically cutscenes between every level that kind of told the story, introduced new characters, and really like were kind of like the model for what cutscenes are nowadays. So I expect that they're gonna bring the cinematic flair with this game. And the gameplay looks really tight and fun. So I am just stoked for this. I cannot wait. As a huge Ninja Gaiden fan, I've been wanting them to make a new 2D Ninja Gaiden game for forever. I'm so glad kind of the messenger kind of filled that void for the longest time. But it's finally happening, y'all. Ninja Gaiden's back, baby. Like, this is up there with like dream announcements for me, like up there with like a new 2D Mega Man game or a new 2D Castlevania game or something like that. So I can't wait. Can't wait to play this summer 2025. It's a good thing I decided that for the first half of the year I'm not going to buy any games. That was a great decision. I can't believe that I did that to myself. But anyways, let's get into some of our questions because, like I said, a lot of our questions kind of round out this topic as well. Starting with Cwaggy, who says, "It is I, the Cwaggy, king of the Xenobabes. I didn't watch the Game Awards. Did I miss out on anything? I don't think I played many new games in 2024, so I wasn't really excited for many of the awards. Was it a weak year? Did I miss out on 2024? I'm going to leave this question to Matt, who missed out on all of 2024. Matt, was it a good year to miss out on 2024? Did you miss anything?
I missed out on plenty of stuff. FOMO was hurting. Come on. You guys serious? Guys, everybody played the game of the year, Astrobot, except for me. Like, that hurts.
You're not low.
That one hurts a lot.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I was going to say Ron.
Yeah, like,
either.
Yeah. I own it.
It hurts, Ron. It hurts, Ron.
That
like
hurts even more. You own it.
Yeah.
And you
Now it hurts
played.
even more. Yeah.
I got other stuff. I know that's going to be a good game. I'm not worried about pressing that one.
No,
I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
There's a lot of bangers out here for sure. I mean, like Astrobot, like Until Dawn remake. Like, I know I'm missing out on Stellar Blade. Like, there's quite a few things I know.
Metaphor. You missed out on that as well.
You did?
Oh my God, Metaphor.
Yep.
There's just So no, yes. 2024 was a banger of the year. Was it like legendary and epic like 2023 or like, I don't know, like 1998? Probably not, but still quite a solid year in my opinion. And the Game Awards, like, I don't know about you, Quag, but like I feel like I missed out by not watching it live, especially with the CPG community, because it sounds like this was an excellent showcase compared to the previous years where it always felt like poor pacing, like just like weird stuff where like, they would rush people off the stage. Like I didn't get any of that vibe after the show. So I feel like I missed out. I think 2025, I think I'm going to watch live. If it's going to be at this caliber, I think I'm going to watch live because I don't want to miss out. I was going to say,
they really brought it this year because last year, man. You're right. Like the last year they had like okay announcements. Like you didn't have a lot of good stuff.
This is clearly the best show. I mean, this show is really good. I mean, ridiculously good.
Yep. In fact, it was just a lot of stuff that the only downside, which we'll talk about because we didn't mention some of these games here that I know we're going to talk about in some of these questions. Some of these games are very far away, and that's kind of the only downside with a lot of the stuff we saw. Yeah. But next up, Toxic throws out there, what's everyone's most hyped trailer or reveal from the Game Awards? So we'll go around, and this also gives us a chance to talk about some of the games we missed as well. Ron, what was your most hyped trailer or reveal from the Game Awards?
Man, I'm gonna let Matt have it because I know he's a Naughty Dog guy, so I'll let him have Intergalactic. But
thank you. We can share it. We can share it.
So, I mean, you can also say it's your favorite, but then mention something else.
Yeah, okay. Well, share it. Come on.
Crimson Desert. They've been showing it for years, and every single time lately they've been showing Crimson Desert, it keeps looking better and better. It looks like Dragon Dogma on steroids. It looks so good. I just need them to give a release date and let me know when that thing is releasing. That trailer was just great. And I was just like, this game just keeps looking better and better. It's just so many to choose from, though. That's probably my favorite one. But yeah, Onimusha, come on, they're bringing that back. That just looks so good.
Yep. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, coming 2026.
Cannot wait. Wait.
So cool. All right, Matt, hit us with it.
Ron's right. It's the game from Naughty Dog. That's what we've all been waiting for. The Last of Us Part 2 remastered coming to PC in April 3rd. That's my most excited announcement. I'm just messing around. That's not my most hyped announcement.
I mean, it's
Can
still
you
Naughty
imagine?
Dog.
I'll buy it again on Steam. I won't even play it because my PC can't handle it. But I'll buy it again.
You said your PC can't run it.
Yep.
It's okay. Just want to support the devs. Just buy it again. Take my money, Naughty Dog. Naughty
Dog doesn't need the help. Stop that.
No, it's not the best name, to be quite frank, but Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophecy, like, yeah, that's a tongue twister.
That's a bad
You didn't even say it
That
right.
one-
It's Intergalactic the Heretic Project, not Prophecy.
See, you
Not
know what?
like the
Just- we
movie
need
The Prophecy with Christopher Walken.
We need a CPG acronym for this thing because this is brutal. Whatever it is.
Yeah,
But
hopefully
yeah,
they'll
I'm-
redo the name. Maybe that's just the project name. I hope.
ITHP.
Please.
ITHP, that's an acronym.
ITHPA, whatever. ITHPA, ITEP, whatever. Okay, Naughty Dog's ITHPA. Listen,
Stop it.
I'm very excited because Naughty Dog brings it every single time. I've loved all of the games that I've gotten to play.
Every
the
single
Uncharted
time.
series.
Do they?
For me, it does. That's why I'm gonna buy it on PC again. Oh man, no, I'm very, very excited just because, in my opinion, they always bring the caliber, and it's just nice to see, in this day and age of, again, I know I'm part of the problem of remasters, remakes, and sequels. It's really nice to see developers take a chance with brand new IP and introduce new worlds, new systems. That's exciting because you don't know what you're in for, right? Like, whereas when you're playing a remaster, a remake, or a sequel, like, you have certain expectations. You kind of, it's like a safety thing, right? Like, you kind of know what you're getting into. But this is just, I know it sounds tacky to say because it's a space game, but it's uncharted territory, especially from Naughty Dog. So I'm very, very excited. I don't think it's going to come out for a very, very long time.
That's definitely a 2026,
Right.
2027.
They did
It might even be
confirm-
a cross-gen. It might be
The
a
only thing they
cross-gen.
2027.
confirmed is it will be on PS5. That's it. That's the only thing they confirmed.
It's going to be on PS6, too. They're not fooling us. They're not fooling us.
but-
But the trailer did look
but
good,
that's
though.
okay.
I mean, that looks good. I was more shocked at the fact that it was rumored that it had been canceled or shelved. So when...
Oh,
Yeah, so I was just like, whoa, I thought they had but I'm all for it. I'm all for it because I do love Naughty Dog. Aside from that game we don't talk about. But I'm all for it. So, yeah, I'm in for this one. I don't need too much convincing on that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also super psyched for this one, too. I mean, yes, I know when we were watching the stream, some people were making fun of it because it did seem a little, generic sci-fi. But honestly, like, I got pretty excited about it with, like, the 80s vibes and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I loved almost, like, the push-button technology of, like, the spaceship. Kind of reminded me of, like, the Nostromo in Alien, as an example, where it's, like, everything... It's sci-fi in the future, but it kind of looks like it also exists in the 70s. Like,
Looks
I
like
liked
corporations
kind
have taken over, though, because there's a lot of branding in that. Porsche,
Yep.
Adidas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, good
Sony.
God. Yeah, Sony was there. At least that kind of made sense, but I was like, good grief.
Also, did any of you see kind of the side-by-side comparisons between that CD setup and
Concord?
Akira?
No.
The movie Akira?
yes,
Did I
beside
hear
Akira.
about that?
Yeah, I saw that. Oh man, you can
Oh.
see the inspiration. It's so cool.
Because like the motorcycle in Akira uses like a Sony, like that's the same kind of like Sony disc changer that they kind of used in the ship there, and it's almost like shot by shot from Akira. It's so cool. Yeah, but yeah, I think the three of us really enjoyed that a lot. Fully, I think you already mentioned your most hype thing from the show, right? I believe you did earlier.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not that I've played the game yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
Tekken 8 with Clive
Yeah,
Rossville.
She's a fan of
Tekken 8.
Yakuza. She's a fan of Yakuza. She might be interested in Project Century. RGG is working on that one.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
that
Let me
looked very good.
Let me finish Yakuza 0
that-
first, and then I'll tell you.
It'll
Oh,
it'll also
boy.
be interesting to see what kind of game that even is. Whether it's a brawler or whether it is a RPG
Yeah.
or whether they do something completely different.
Man,
with it.
RGG, I love those guys so much. They can do whatever they want, and I'm gonna co-sign for it. So it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, while it's not my most hyped announcement, Virtua Fighter 6, the fact that RGG is making the remake of, or the reboot of Virtua Fighter, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's promising. Yeah.
Although they did that showcase, they did a half-hour Virtua Fighter showcase for it, and they literally showed us nothing of that game. And I was so disappointed watching a showcase because it's just 30 minutes of talking about other Virtua Fighter stuff and not talking about the new game, which is too bad. But I mean, my most hyped thing, as we talked about, is Intergalactic. The runner-up for me is also Onimusha, Way of the Sword, and Ninja Gaiden. I mean, the fact that Onimusha is just coming back at all, I'm
Yeah,
very
that's
excited about.
that's cool, man.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see because I still think that they're going to play into that lineage a little bit and like make it almost like it's Resident Evil remake. Like I think it's gonna play like the Resident Evil remake games, but just you're playing a samurai as opposed to playing like a Stars agent or something. So I can't wait for that game. I think it's going to be awesome.
And quick shout out to Mafia: The Old Country. That trailer looked great. Mafia games are great. So
a lot of people on our Discord were very excited about that one.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Final Fantasy VIII is life. Final Fantasy VIII is love asks, now that I have joined the PlayStation Portal Pals, what game do you recommend I play on it, and why is it Final Fantasy VIII?
We could come up with a different name, Dave. We could let me cook. We could do Portal Puppies, Portal Posse. I'll think of something. We could do something better than
Puppies?
What?
something. Just let me cook on it. All right.
Matt!
Let's see.
Come on,
What?
Matt.
Maybe. What's wrong with that? We can do it. Triple P's, double P's. Let me think of something.
CPG is
Dave.
better than this. We are better
Matt,
than this.
I want you to know that currently my mouse is hovering over the button to remove you from the voice chat. I want you to know that.
You are being
That
warned.
name was
Awfully
horrible.
close.
We'll make something.
You're
We'll
very
work on
close to be
something. We'll
being
work on
banished
something.
to the Shadow Realm, as they refer to it as in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Just do the typical CPG naming and just put babes on the end of it. Just Portal Babes.
No, it doesn't work. No.
Don't
No.
be creative and just throw
Yarden-
babe on the end.
No, that doesn't work. Portal Babes? No. Let's see. Yarden
that
says
only
Portal
works with-
Ponies.
That only works with
Portal
Xenobabes,
Ponies.
Stellar Babes.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Calm down.
Anyway,
Babes
Portal
are
puppies.
game
We'll
specific,
think of it.
okay?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
so Dave, if it's
something.
for you specifically, just go play Final Fantasy VIII. You know what? You don't even need to ask us. You don't even ask us what you want to play on your thing. We already know you're just going to go play Final Fantasy VIII. Just go play that.
Look, I will suggest
Oh?
play some indie games.
Yeah.
Play Grease. Play Neva. They'll be great on the portal. 100%.
Maybe, Dave, you could buy some better indies to play. Sure.
Hey!
I'm also,
Wow. Damn.
I'm also going to
Damn,
give a
Ron.
shout out to a little teeny tiny game. No one's
Uh-oh.
probably ever heard of this game before. It's called Astrobot. You play
Yes,
that on the
that too.
portal.
Astrobot,
You
yes.
hang out with this cute little guy on your cute little PlayStation Portal. Just saying, it's right there.
You don't want to fall
go
asleep
play.
playing
on
your
the box.
Portal, so don't pick Grease or Never. Play a real game.
Ron, now the mouse
Oh
has
my
shifted
God.
over your cursor.
It won't be the
I
first
am
time.
also
Do what you
the
got to
same.
do.
Okay.
We'll get banned together, Ron. Don't. Jesus. We'll get banned together, Ron. We'll get banned together. It's okay.
Ron just got banned to the Shadow Realm. Good.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, Yarden's next question is an interesting one. Which game do you think actually releases first, Intergalactic or The Witcher 4? Can I also get a hype check on both games from the panel? Have a great show. I think we're all pretty excited for both games.
Witcher 4 is going to come first.
Witcher 4 is coming out first. Witcher 4. Don't
I'm
even
going
think
to
about
disagree.
it. Yeah.
I think Intergalactic comes out way before Witcher 4.
You think so?
Naughty
You
Dog
know how
always
Neil. You know
pushes
how
back.
Neil gets. Yeah, man. You know how
Have
Neil
you
gets.
not
Always
ever
pushes
followed-
back. He always pushes.
Have you ever never followed the development of a CD Projekt Red
yeah.
game before? Because they like to
True.
announce things like 4 or 5 years before they come out.
True.
And I'm pretty sure
Fair.
that Intergalactic will come out within 4 or 5 years. That's just
4
how
or 5 years, yeah. But I don't know. I'm going to stick with Witcher 4 on this one.
Okay.
Neil,
Yeah.
he likes to push back and keeps pushing the release date
Yeah.
over and
Neil's
over. That's
going
the only
to
thing. But
want to make sure that's right.
you're right. CD Projekt Red does the same. So it's an
I'm
excellent
also
question.
just
Yarden. I'm
going to
very
throw in
curious.
this little tidbit of information. Intergalactic's been announced for PlayStation 5. Witcher 4 has no platforms assigned to it. It might not even come out on PlayStation 5. It might be PlayStation 6.
That's just mean if CD Projekt Red did that to us. That's just,
We
that's just
already
mean. That's just
know
cruel.
Intergalactic is going to be on PS5 and PS6. We all know how that.
Oh, yeah, Talks that brings up a really
They'll
good
be-
point, too. They did mention that Intergalactic's been in development since 2020, whereas Witcher 4 has not, because we know that the CD Projekt Red was like all hands on deck to fix Cyberpunk after it came out. So it definitely, I think Naughty Dog's probably further ahead at this point.
Well,
too.
don't forget, they also said they had factions delay that quite a bit.
They're working on factions
And
too.
like I said, there were heavy rumors that it had got shelved. So,
That's true, too.
yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Good question, Yarden. Very good question. It's tough.
Yes. Good answer. Good answer. Now, if only my Google Drive just didn't do an infinite scroll here. There we go. So King Riley Smiley says, King of the Stellar Babes here. Question for y'all.
There they are.
With Christmas coming up, do you have any games you'd like to play during the holidays? I'm looking for suggestions. I will be up north at my cottage for the holidays, so I'm looking for something Christmassy/wintry to play on my PlayStation. Well, that's the thing. King Riley Smiley, I don't really play any games over the holidays that are like holiday themed. But if I'm going to throw a game out there, if you want to play a holiday themed game, and you like survival horror games and role playing games, may I suggest Parasite Eve? Just throw another. I've never talked about Parasite Eve on any show before, but in this case in particular, that's a game that actually takes place during Christmas. So it's probably the most Christmas game I could think of. You know, you're spending the holidays killing crazy monsters and learning about, you know, microbiology. It's great. It's a good game. It's a good Christmas game. So shout out to that game. The runner-up, of course, being Die Hard Trilogy on the PlayStation 1, because Die Hard's also a Christmas movie, and this kind of counts. So what about y'all? Do y'all have holiday suggestions?
Yes, Riley, play Until Dawn. There's a cottage and there's snow. That's a great Christmas game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good answer.
You
That's
guys,
actually pretty good.
man.
What's
That
the
literally
problem?
right,
though.
What's the problem, Koala?
He's right, though.
Yeah, there is snow.
in a cottage,
and
and
there's
it's
a
winter.
cottage. What's
Well,
the problem?
It's
The
very
cottage is
appropriate.
in Canada,
It's very
so-
appropriate.
That's why there's snow.
No, that's
Mitch,
good.
Mitch
I
Power
agree
brings
with
up a
Ron.
good point. Dead Rising 4 takes place during Christmas. That's a good one.
True.
Lots of options.
See,
You got
when I
Miles Morales. Go ahead, Fulia.
no, you
What do
go.
you got?
Miles Morales was a good pick.
Just Miles Morales, Batman Arkham Origins. Those are typical ones, but I'm just thinking that fact that he's going up to the cottage, I feel like you should play something that's like cozy and comfortable, because it's not like the best environment to be doing like a brand new game that you're trying to get like immersed into. Like I assume like there's other stuff happening, so pick some comfort food. Maybe a cozy game that Fulia is going to suggest.
I don't know that Riley's gonna like my answer, because mine are
Oh,
gonna
boy.
be
Oh,
proper cozy
Aye?
games.
Uh-oh.
Proper
That's
cozy
okay.
indie games. I would highly suggest you check out Bear and Breakfast. That's very cozy. It's very cute.
I'll sign off
That'll
on that one.
PlayStation.
Yes, Bear and Breakfast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bear and Breakfast.
And approved?
Uh,
Bear sealed
Bear
approved.
approved. Bear approved.
I would also suggest Coffee Talk. It's very cozy as well.
Nice pick.
I would definitely go
And
with
it-
that.
yeah, nice pick. It's during the holidays. Okay.
Yeah. This game isn't technically an indie game. This is a bigger game that you can play on your PlayStation. And it also has, you can go to certain areas where there's snow and there's Christmas to it and all that sort of stuff. Hogwarts Legacy. Play Hogwarts Legacy. There you go. There's another game where you can go to Hogsmeade and it's going to be like covered in snow. And then you get to just, do the magic pew-pews and it's going to be
The
fun.
magic pew-pews.
Is that a technical term?
Yes,
It
is
sure
a very
is.
technical term, yes.
Jesus.
There you go. You got some good cozy games there from me.
Lord. Okay.
Yeah. So we got lots of good suggestions this week. All right, next up, we got the captain with another holiday themed question. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house a creature was stirring, and it was not a mouse. You hear a crash in your living room. Is it Santa coming down the chimney? No. Is it A, Nemesis, B, a horde of freakers, C, Sephiroth, or D, Ultima from Final Fantasy 16? You cut them off in traffic on your way home, and now they're out for revenge. You're able to
Wow.
escape your house and are now on the run. You're able to pick one character, good or bad, from the franchise to help you escape or defeat your chosen enemy. Who do you pick? So first of all, which enemy is coming down your chimney, and which character from that series, good or evil, is going to help you get through it? My answer is going to be, while you guys think, is Ultima from Final Fantasy 16, because Kefka from Final Fantasy 6, the villain of Final Fantasy 6, is going to help me destroy him. He might just destroy the world in the process, but hey, at least the Ultimate won't kill me. So that's the main thing.
Wow.
Good answer.
All right.
Good answer.
Ron, you're
Wow,
up next.
okay.
Who you pay, who's chasing you and who's going to save you?
I'm gonna go with Sephiroth, and I gotta go with Team Tifa. Tifa, respectfully, will help save the day.
Didn't you get stabbed by
she would.
Sephiroth?
No,
No.
That
she got
actually
cut.
did
She
happen,
got
though.
cut a little bit.
Yeah.
Aerith is the one who got the real bad deep cut.
Yeah, good point.
Tifa's got you. She'll
She got a
protect you.
scratch.
She's
She
got
got
you.
scratched. Yo,
She'll
Tifa's
punch him to
good.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tifa's good.
She'll punch him good.
Yeah.
She'll do that seven heaven and not just land on the miss in the roulette, and it'll actually go great. Matt, who's chasing and who saves you?
I was tempted to go with the Horde of Freakers, but I was like, I don't want Deacon St. John coming to save my day. I don't want to talk to that guy.
What about one of the other random
I love
people
that
in
game.
Days Gone?
They're just as
people.
they're just as bad as him, to be quite frank. Or sometimes even worse. So
What if the motorcycle saves you?
the motorcycle? Is that a
It
character?
has more personality
Is
than
it?
the protagonist. Yes.
I mean,
Deacon
it
St.
has
John?
a name. It has a name.
No, I'm gonna go with the most obvious one. I'm gonna go with Nemesis, and obviously I'm gonna pick Jill Valentine, because hey, listen, if you want stars, she's gonna give you stars. She'll protect me from Nemesis easily.
I mean, she did in her own game. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Jill's tough. Yeah.
all you got to do is just give her a giant railgun and she'll take care of it. It'll be great.
100%.
All right, Fulia, who is saving you? Who is jumping down your chimney and who's saving you?
You know what's up.
Very curious. I'm
Here
very
we go.
curious.
Out of all of those, the only one that I know more about is Ultima. So I'll probably go with Ultima. And look, Clive already saved the world with that in the game. So I'm just going to go. Clive is going to save the day, and I'll be happy with that.
Oh yeah, we know. Of course. Respectfully.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, you don't have to. Silence sometimes speaks plenty.
Fulia respectfully didn't say anything. But next up, we got Black Wyver who says, "Hello all. I was inspired by Kiku's question from last week's show. So here's one for you." Matt, he's going to be all in on this. He's going to be learning about this question from last week. You have to pick one person from the PlayStation Drive panel to play with on your team, and you will be playing against the remaining two PlayStation Drive hosts. Number one, who would you pick on your team? Number two, what video game would you be playing? Thanks for all the laughs this year. Take care. So, you each have to go around the room and pick someone to go on a team with you in order to play against the other hosts. We'll get to Kiku's question from last week in a second because she asked it again, essentially. So, going first, I would say that I want Ron on my team, and I'll tell you why. Ron has the most platinum trophies this year. Therefore, I equate platinum trophies to being good, skilled at video games. Therefore, Ron, I want you on my team. We're gonna take on Fulia and Matt, and we're gonna beat them in an Elden Ring competition to stay who can stay alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
over.
What's the point of this?
It's
What's
over
the
then.
point?
Let's go, Ron.
What is the point?
Yeah, if it's Elden
is
Ring,
my
it's
point?
over. Yeah.
Look,
They said we
we'll
can
just
pick
give you
any
the
game.
trophy. How about that?
They said
Yeah,
we can pick any
get
game.
it.
We
He
picked
did.
Elden Ring.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Ron, how about you?
I would pick Gran Turismo, and I will take Fulia because I've seen her racing skills. I've
She's
seen
good.
these racing skills. Yeah. So
She's good.
Okay.
I felt very
true.
confident. I feel very confident in that pick.
Now, Ron, I should probably alert you to the fact that I have the platinum trophy in Gran Turismo. So
Do you?
I'm pretty
Oh,
good at that
okay.
game.
I didn't know that.
Switching
get
teams
ready-
now, Ron? Switching teams?
I'm
Switching
sorry,
teams,
Ron,
eh?
but get ready to lose,
I'm not gonna
buddy.
switch teams. I'm
Get
not gonna
ready
switch
to
teams.
lose.
I've actually seen Fulia at work, so I didn't know that Ryan played that. So,
Gran Turismo is actually my favorite racing series.
oh,
so,
okay.
Get ready to lose. Matt, how about you?
I don't know. You haven't seen Matt play Forza.
Well,
No, that's I'm not picking a driving game. Ryan can carry us. Ryan can carry us in the driving game.
that's true.
I'm gonna pick Ryan to be my partner,
Oh, me.
and we're gonna play Resident Evil 5 versus mode against Ron and Fulia.
Let's go.
'Cause-
Oh, my God.
Ryan already knows that versus mode, and he'll know exactly what we need to do because it's PvP.
This is
and
where
it's
you
2
got
versus
yourself
2.
messed up. That
Ryan knows
dog.
it's gonna do.
We're
I'm gonna hold my weight in that one. I think I could carry Fulia in that. You picked the wrong game.
Yeah. We should have picked Resident Evil Reverse. I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah,
of
you should have picked something else.
That's right.
Resident Evil
Yeah.
5. Yeah,
The
nah,
weird
I
one.
got you on that.
that. Yeah. All right. And Fulia?
Man, this is hard.
I know.
Fortnite.
It's like picking
Fortnite.
your children.
Come on.
Which of you
I
your
don't
children
like.
favorite?
This is the thing. Like, I wouldn't even know what game to go with, to be honest. But the first thing that really comes to mind is I would probably pick Ryan, and
Okay.
we'd play Tekken 8 against you two.
Oh, we bought the floor
Look,
with
if it was a
these
fighting
fools.
game, I would pick Ryan too. So nah,
I'll bring
that's
out
a
my
great
fight
pick.
stick. We're gonna
Yeah.
just knock
choice.
these
Yep.
fools dead. Oh,
Yeah.
good
Good
choice.
choice.
Good
Yeah,
answer.
very
Good
smart
answer.
pick.
Good answer.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one said professional Pepsi man, but whatever. This is that's what I should have said. I don't know what I was saying. All right. Oh, I like Riley's one here. I'm picking Concord. Lock with an eye will destroy.
If Concord was still around, I too would grab either Bowser or Locke. Yes.
True. All right. Stingray X now says, my standout moment was absolutely The Witcher 4. What are y'all's experiences with the Witcher series? And what do you expect our girl Siri will experience this time around? As always, take care. So Fulia has.
Let me start and say I have zero experience in The Witcher, so have at it, everyone.
Okay. So then, let me ask you this then, since you're brand new to The Witcher, Fulia, does this do anything for you? Are you interested in trying The Witcher after the announcement of Witcher 4?
No.
Okay. Seems fair. Seems fair. So I'm going to ask the three of y'all. For me, I played The Witcher 3 a lot. I played it for 45 hours. And I got bored and I just put it down and I never went back to it. So I'm not really super excited for Witcher 4. I'm interested to see what they do with it, and I'm hoping that it's better. But I just don't know. I've just never really been into like the gameplay style of the Witcher games. Even going back to Witcher 2 or Witcher 1, because I played both of those too, and just wasn't really neither of those hooked me. Like Witcher 3 had its hooks in me the most of those three games, and even then I wasn't really super into it. But how about y'all, Ron?
I played Witcher 1 on PC. I didn't stick with it too long. It was just something about that combat. Playing that with keyboard and mouse, I was just like, this is definitely not going to be a game I can play hours upon hours on. So
that's like a rough game to go back to.
Yeah. And then I tried Witcher 2 on the 360, but once again, there was another one where it just was kind of clunky and just it just wasn't feeling it. So
you could tell like it was made for PC and for mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it was very clunky and stuff. So Witcher 2, I kind of didn't stick with that one either. But Witcher 3 came out. The reviews were great for it. Everybody was talking about that one. I looked at it. I was just like, man, I don't know. My experience with Witcher, I was a little bit hesitant, but I got it. The combat was far better than when I had played it 1 and 2, and that just ended up being one of my RPG goats. The expansions were fantastic. The base game was just great, outstanding. The side quests, like Matt mentioned earlier, the side quest meant something. I've talked about Witcher 3 time and time again, how great that game is. It's like a standard bearer. So, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, like I absolutely adore The Witcher 3, and I enjoy the combat, but I really enjoyed the storytelling that happened in that game, and just like the choices that you have to make and the struggles with your morality, because it's not obvious. It's almost never obvious. And in fact, when you have to come up with a decision you have to make in terms of what's the quote unquote right way to do things, because quite frankly, there is no right way to do stuff. Like it's lots of shades of gray. So I absolutely love that. So I'm hoping in The Witcher 4 that core aspect continues in this game, that Ciri will be faced with a lot of difficult challenges and choices that you have to make, and they're not going to be obvious. I still want, like that gritty combat system and just like, hunting monsters and all that stuff. And, again, expansive side stories. I don't expect Ciri to be quite as comical as Geralt is, just because, at least from my experience with her in Witcher 3, she's more of like a straight person. I don't think that she's the one to be making quick quips, but you know what? Maybe they'll surprise me, and that's who she becomes. I don't mind.
So maybe that sense of humor has grown a bit.
I was gonna say the trailer really showed a very serious tone, so I'm expecting them to go with that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Final question of the week, or should I say questions, comes to us from Kiku, who says, first off, I'm gonna need Matt to answer my question from last week's show, which of course has been erased from the document, so I can't read it verbatim. But I can tell you that the question from last week, Matt, while you were away, was you are stranded on a desert island and you have to survive for a year. Which one of your PlayStation Drive co-hosts...
Wait. No. It was you're in a desert.
Oh, sorry. It's my mistake.
It was just a desert, yeah.
Was it a desert? I thought it was an island.
I thought it was a desert island too, but...
It was
I thought it was an island.
just a desert.
Okay. But anyway, you're stranded in the desert for a year with one of your co-hosts. Who do you pick to help you survive? You have to pick
I
only
answered this
one
in the
person.
Discord. Everyone should know the answer that you're going to get from me. If I have to pick a co-host from the PlayStation Drive. There's only one right answer. There's only one full experience with the PlayStation Drive. It's with all of us. So that is my answer. There's no PlayStation Drive without 4 of us.
The answer of the
right.
question.
That's right.
Deserted
All right.
Island.
A deserted island. Okay.
And you can't pick the
wrong.
one full
Sorry.
experience. That's not how the question is operated.
That's right, Matt. You can't cheat.
We all
That's right.
chose. The 3 of us
Cheating.
had to choose, so you
Yep.
must choose as well.
Yep.
Fine. Then I'll just be by myself then. I'm the one full experience.
It's all
Happy
right.
everybody.
That's the answer I chose. It's all right. Nothing wrong with
Jeez.
that.
There. Be by myself then. Jeez. It's all
He
of
would
us or
rather
one
be by
or
himself
none.
than
Then
to
all of
choose
us. That's
someone.
right. I'd rather be by
Yeah.
myself. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to make that
There you go.
sacrifice sometimes, man. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
Happy guys.
Nice. I'm happy. But the second question, though, from Kiku is, here's my actual question this week. Which do you prefer, cats or dogs? Do any of y'all have a pet? So, for me, I don't know if I really have like a preference between the two. I like cats and dogs. So, I don't really have like a preference between the two at this point. So, I'm maybe dogs, because I've actually had dogs, whereas I've never really had a cat before. But honestly, I like both, so I don't really have a preference. But I don't currently have a pet, Kiku. I live by myself, and I know that it's kind of tough to have a pet when you live by yourself and you're gone for long periods of the day. I especially felt that with dogs. Cats probably they're a little more self-maintaining, but even then, like, I don't know if I want to leave an animal of any kind just loose in my house for 10 hours while I'm gone at work. That just feels wrong to me. So that's just why I don't really have a pet currently. But I like cats and I like dogs. So I don't know. But what about you, Ron?
I'm a dog guy. Love dogs. Cats, don't find them to be trustworthy. They flip on you in a second. I can't have an animal that I can't trust. So dogs all the way. I did have a dog, but when he passed away in a few years, I got another dog because I don't know. That kind of really broke my heart. I love my dog to death. So yeah, didn't want to get another one.
Aw, that's adorable. Matt?
I don't have any pets, but if I did, yeah, I'm team cat all the way. Just love that they don't give a crap attitude around you. It's just something about it's just very charming. I don't
You
know
say
what it
that
is.
now until it scratches your face off because you didn't sit there and feed it on time.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, no pets at home.
I mean, that's exactly why I don't want to leave a cat alone for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, right. That's not a good idea.
No, it's not. Yeah. Fuya?
So I am team dog. I've had dogs as a pet in the past. Unfortunately, since my last dog that passed away, probably about, I'm going to say it's been about 10 years now. I haven't had any other pets since then. But I don't know. I'm kind of the same as you, Ryan, that, soon I'll be living on my own, and I have the opportunity of being able to have a pet, but like you, I just don't like the idea of leaving the pet by themselves while I'm out working.
Yeah.
Like all day, and then I come home and they've messed up the house because of their own anxiety from, being left by themselves and all that sort of stuff. So, and, when we've had dogs in the past, like with my parents, we've, had to leave the dog outside, unfortunately. And I don't like the idea of leaving the dog outside. I'd rather have like an inside dog if I was to have one, but it needs to be in a situation where, I'm not leaving them for too long. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like that, it'd be different if I had like a partner, because then I feel like I would be much more comfortable with having a pet.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Because
yeah.
if your schedules are not exactly aligned, like someone's always kind of home, but it's not even just the idea of just the anxiety just driving them nuts. Like the fact that just honestly, I would just feel bad for them. Like I would be thinking about the pet the whole day, like wondering like why they feel bad, being home all the time. And I know that like. Tim Paullin chimes in and he's like, bring the dog in and leave the kids outside. But some of us, like, I live in an apartment, as an example, leaving the dog outside, especially on the 29th floor, probably not a great option. So, especially when it's cold here, like, it's just, like, that's not really something you really can do, right?
Yeah, and for us, it's the opposite effect. Like, our summers get so hot, and I feel bad for leaving, a dog outside. And so, I'd rather not have that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe one day we'll all be pet people.
One day, yeah.
Yeah. But for now, we are Astrobot people. We all have Astrobot plushies because they're cool. But anyways, this has been the PlayStation Drive, and we, of course, should wrap up the show by thanking all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this podcast, as well as the Xbox Drive. You can check out all of his music over at his Linktree, linktr.ee/pme.jib. And I know he's got a new album coming out pretty soon as well. His new single for Forgotten is out now, but also he's got some new music coming out. So make sure to check out JB's music over there on his Linktree. Cwagmire, who humbly reminds you that the best babes are in fact Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Links to all of our ultimate producers can always be found in the description of our podcast, so make sure to support them because they're really awesome and they support us. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, Solo, the Captain, and Tim Paullin, and our gold members, Adam K., Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, John 32, Ligerwoods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje, Shane Erickson, TheDonRob, and the Jiggy Collector. Huge thank you once again to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. And if you want to hop in the car with us, head on over there, choose the tier that's right for you. Now, before I throw to plugs, breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. That's the breaking news alarm, folks. I just received an email from my automated service for parcels. My Amazon delivery actually showed up.
All right.
Yay. Thank God.
Thank you.
Oh.
I am very excited to go and open that after we're done recording, because once again, as we talked about at the top of the show, we thought that was lost to time. But now, Ron, plugs go.
Savoy Prime on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Backlogged, PSN Profiles, True Trophies, and Blue Sky.
Nice. Matt?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the Carpool Gaming Discord, on Twitter, and on Blue Sky as well.
Nice. Fulia?
You can find me at Foolish Fuji on all of the socials, including Blue Sky, and on Instagram. And you can also head over to my website, foolishfuji.com, so you can find other content and more.
Foolishfuji.com.
Wait,
Yeah, and
Where's the card?
card.co.
Where's the card?
Foolishfuji.card.co if you really want to go there.
Card.
That's right. Card.
There we go. Thank you.
From now on, I'm just going to start saying Fulia's website in a pirate voice, and that'll be close enough. That'll be close enough.
Part of the show.
Look at that. You know, people are
Bacon. Yeah.
Bacon bot 20.
Yeah, Bacon knows what's up.
20. Let's go.
Bot knows
Thank
what's
you.
up with the card.co.
Let's go. Thank you.
As for me, I'm not currently on social media at all. I mean, my Twitter account still exists, but I don't actually post anything in there anymore. I don't really go to Twitter or really on social media at all. I will say, though, Garrett and I actually talked about this on RPG Cave this week, that got deleted because Garrett's power went out. So apologies, everyone. We're going to do the show tomorrow where we'll talk about the subject again. But Garrett and I talked about the idea that we're going to make backlogged accounts for next year.
Yes.
Because before, like all this year, what we were doing is we were posting on Twitter when we finished a game. But we were like, now that we're not using Twitter anymore, I think both of us thought about the idea of using backlog to do that instead.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I currently don't have a backlogged account, but I'm planning on making one this week. So I guess I'm in the Discord at Ryan Turford, or I guess I'll be on backlog at some point this week.
Backlog is great. It's a great site.
It's a great place to remind you of what you've played throughout the year.
Yeah, because honestly, it's probably a lot easier to read that than a giant Twitter thread that I post on Twitter.
100%. Yeah. I've been using it all year, and it's definitely helped me to make sure I keep up with
Mm-hmm.
games and review them as well. So I don't normally review anything, and this is the one thing that's got me reviewing games. So I'm like, this backlogged is very good.
Nice. Also, you can find us, Carpool Gaming, on Blue Sky at Carpool Gaming. We're over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, and of course, podcast services around the globe. So, for Fulia, Matt, and Ron, I'm Ryan. This has been the PlayStation Drive episode 179. Only 21 more episodes until episode 200, y'all. And we're out. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Adios, friends. Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description.